Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Country Morning Creations, and I am here with my February daily journal. And if you followed me for any time, you know that I create a daily journal every month. Last year I managed to journal every day except for one day because I forgot my journal, and by the time I got home that afternoon I decided I would not worry about it. So what I'm doing today is I found this Darcel paper pad, and I tend to use one paper pad for 6 months. I make a 6-month binder at the end of those 6 months and stick everything together, and it kind of makes a really nice journal overall. So I'm using this. This is by Prima Marketing, and I love these colors. I'm a navy blue and roses person. And if you've been watching any of my videos lately, you probably picked up on that. So what I've got right now is I've just completed putting it together, and I have the outside done, and I'm going to decorate the pages on the inside. But let's go over what's on the outside first. So this is just a piece of cardstock that I've used that is from the paper pack. And then on the front, I actually embossed some vellum and then used gold gilding wax on it. This was just a scrap piece of paper I had from last month's journal. This is a heart, so there's a heart and this little 40 key and a bird and love. That all were pieces that come as part of some of the extras. So there are things like the pack comes with things like these are bits of just stickers. There are sparkles, which are gorgeous. There are more stickers. You can get all sorts of journaling note cards. You can get them bigger or smaller. And then there are a lot of just these sorts of extra pieces. And that's actually a piece that I cut off from the top of a page. So there's all kinds of extra stuff that comes with the kit. So I thought I would share, maybe just decorating the pages as we go along. And this has sort of I would say this has more of a love theme. I tend not to do themey stuff like that, but I don't know. I was feeling it this month and thought, you know what? It's all good. And I have a confession to make. I keep pushing my sleeves up because honestly, I'm wearing my pajamas right now. This is my robe and my pajamas. So I keep trying to push them out of the way. But let's take a look. We've got all kinds of options. And I think one of the first things I want to do, I like to put a pocket in the front of my journals. And I have a couple of pieces of vellum that I'd like to use. And let's see if that's the right size. Not quite. So I'm just going to trim that down just a wee bit. And let's put some decorative things on the vellum. I think that would look super cool. And maybe we put something just like that alone. We could, I don't know, I'm kind of getting into butterflies right now. So maybe a butterfly. Nah, that doesn't look good. Let's see. Oh, that's cute. That says love often, but I don't think that's what I'm looking for either. Oh, this is super cute. There's just a little heart. So I'm going to set that one aside. I definitely am going to use that at some point. And let's see, is there any other? You know what? I think we're going to keep it really simple. We'll just glue that down. And I'm going to use glitter glue today. It grabs really fast. It takes a while to dry, but I like how fast it is. And because I'm going to just try to glue along the edges here, I like it for that also because it comes out a little bit more thin than the Fabri-Tac, which I also have today and will probably use. So when I'm going down a big piece like this, I used to try to be really careful and go along the edges beautifully and all of that. And what I found is I'm not that steady of a hand. So that does not work for me. Nope, I think it goes this way. We're going to go this direction. And that looks about like the middle. So we're going to call that good. And then on the inside cover, I'm only going to glue down 2 edges of this, not all 3. That way if I put something in there that's slightly bigger. So I'm going to go with the outside edge and the bottom edge. And this is where I'm not, let me make sure I'm going the right way. This is where I'm not very steady. So I'm actually going to put my hand down and rest my hand down here and use that to kind of guide my hand. It helps make it a little bit more steady. And then I'm not getting glue everywhere. If I try to hold it up in the air, I know for a fact I'll never get this straight. So hopefully that's a tip you can use, especially when you're trying to do really thin lines like that and get them all in there. Just reminded me, I've had several people ask me what I use to record with because they are very impressed with the quality of my videos. And I have a true confession to make. I literally have an old iPhone 6X Plus, and that is what I use. No special settings, no special anything else. I'm just cutting this off a little bit because I can tell that it's not going to close properly if I don't. So now I have a cute little pocket there. Let's do maybe something up at the top here. I love these stickers, and I think there are some great ones in here that may work really well for what we're trying to go for in here. There's some love kind of stickers and that sort of thing, and I do like a lot of, like I said, I don't usually do themey stuff, but there are some really cool stickers in here, and stickers are kind of a quick and easy way to just add a little bit, just a little cray-cray. Oh, that totally describes me. Let's see. Oh, I love this. Live, laugh, love, seasons of loneliness. No, I don't think we need anything like that. There's a little love one, but I love that. And I kind of feel like I want to do a little bit of layering with this. Maybe we should do something around the edge or underneath of it. Hang on a second. I'm going to grab some ink as well. I have, I've lost my distress ink. I'll just grab this one because I have it. Oh, nope, here's my distress ink. So I love gathered twigs. I know everybody's into vintage photo, but to me it's not dark enough. I like gathered twigs. Somebody turned me on to that a while ago, and that was just really awesome. And so I'm just gonna grab some paper here. I'm gonna tear around the edges, and I promise I won't make this a horribly long video. I think I go better this way. There we go. I do. So I promise I'm not going to bore you guys to tears, and we'll just do a few quick things. Let's go about here. But I do, like I said, I do just want to do a wee bit of layering to add a little bit of interest to this piece. And this is kind of going to be the title page. Nope, that's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect. Perfect is boring in my mind, so we're not going to make anything perfect. So again, I'm just going to grab the glitter glue. Because I don't have straight edges, I just kind of swirl it around like this. And you don't need a ton of this, and I think it's getting clogged up again already. Where is my pin? There it is. It dries pretty quickly, and I live in Colorado, so that really doesn't help matters at all for things drying up. There we go. For things drying up and getting all dried out. I'm going to put this over in the corner. I think I want to do that instead. I'm also going to just grab a little bit of cheesecloth here, and we'll stick that behind it as well. All right. I kind of dig that look. So my cheesecloth has several layers, so I'm going to try to peel off a single layer and just use that. So I'm going to put that down, and then we'll put the sticker right over top of it. And I'm going to grab one of my Victorian hands to help hold my page for me, hold it flat. So we're going to put that there, and then we're going to take this sticker and just layer it over the top of it. And I think I'm going to pull this down to the left a little bit, and we'll just stick it, ooh, like that. All right, so there's one page. And then one of the things I do like to do is I have these flips throughout my journals. And it's literally just because this is more of a TN size. So it's 8.5 by 4.25. I know TN is properly an 8.25, but I hate cutting off 1/4 of an inch off the top of mine. I'm just being lazy. So I have flips because this is the 11 cut down and then folded in half. I have this little piece of lace, and I thought that would be really pretty to do a little bit of layering. I had that left over. So let me see if I have, oh yeah, I have this little tab. So maybe we can glue the tab to the top of that and then glue the whole piece of lace down. Ooh, I like that idea. Now, when I'm working with lace, I do like to use the Fabrifix instead. I just feel like that helps to hold everything better. So I'm going to put a couple of rows of that down, and then we're going to put the tab at the top of all of this. And then we'll let the tab stick off the top. And I think that'll be cool. And I'm going to just leave the whole thing a little bit loose so that I don't feel like I need to glue down the whole piece. We'll just leave that loose. So we're going to glue that to the top of that. And so now there's this cute little heart tab, and this piece is floppy. Let's go on to another flip. And don't worry, we'll come back to all of this and you'll get to see everything. Let's see what else we have. Maybe for this one of the things I like to do is to just take maybe some leftover scrap pieces. So like I have some of this leftover of the burgundy, and I'm just going to cut a circle out of the burgundy side, and we'll just do a big circle with all the lace and pieces like that. And then maybe we can make that kind of a tab for the flip. Now let's see what's on the other side. The other side has all these really cute roses. So let's do just, again, a wee bit of layering. I'm going to come in and take this rose piece, and we'll layer that on top. So again, going back to the glitter glue, I did get that off of Amazon. I know a lot of people really like this stuff, and it took me a long time to figure out if I even wanted to try it. And I decided in the end I did. We're going to just put that right in the middle, and it's going to hang over the edge. So as you can see, I've left a little bit blank, and we'll just stick that right there. So now we have that piece there. Go through a little bit. Do we want to do anything in this middle page? And I kind of feel like I do. I have this leftover piece. This was out of a book. And let's do something with this here. Definitely want to just tear around the edges. Oops, took a little bit too much there, but that's okay. What do we call those? Happy accidents, right? We're not going to worry about it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I can't remember who I was watching. I want to say it was Wendy over at Wendy's Journal Adventure who was talking about if you keep your thumb there where you over the parts you don't want to lose, that it will it allows you to tear around something without losing your pieces. So let's go ahead and ink this up as well. Again, I'm using the Gathered Twigs Distress ink. For a long time I used Distress Oxide because I really didn't understand the difference. You can tell I have glue on my thumb, stuff sticking everywhere. All right, let's get back to inking. So we're going to ink, oops, I'm inking off the camera here. That's okay. So then this, I'm going to just fold it in half and glue it smack in the middle of this page. And it's not quite perfect. Let's move that a little bit better. There we go. So we're going to glue it in the middle, and again I'm going to use the glitter glue, and I want to make sure I glue right down the center of this before I go around the outside edges. But I kind of think it's fun to do this, and even if it's not the center of your journal, you can do stuff like this where it crosses over into another page. Just make sure that you fold it in half before you try to stick it down. That way you know you're getting it right into that fold and you won't have issues later. So that turned out super cute. I love that. So that's in the middle. I have another flip here, and let's see what we want to do over on this flip. I'm kind of feeling the tabs. Oh, and here's a cute heart. You know what? Let's keep it simple and just put another heart down. I like that it's navy blue too. That is kind of cute. I'm kind of thinking though I may put a butterfly on top of this. Oops, oh, I didn't mean to glue the whole thing, because then that's going to glue it shut. All right, so I'm going to just grab a paper towel and wipe the glue off this part so that it doesn't glue the whole thing down. And we're going to glue that part down. And then I'm going to pop that up so that it doesn't accidentally, we don't want to accidentally do that. But there's some cute butterflies that are part of this collection. I love it. Let's just ink the edges real quick. And then I'm going to glue this butterfly on top of it. So that, I don't know, I used to not like butterflies, and I've watched enough of Yvonne Preston's videos to just really love butterflies. So we're going to just glue that onto there. And I think I have one more flip in here that let's do another tab on. Oh, maybe I don't. Did I do them all? Let's see. Oh, we have this beautiful piece of music. And I promise I'm going to go through this whole thing one last time. Oh, here's the other one. I knew I had one more. I promise to go through all of this one more time to just make sure that you see everything. And I have a couple of these as well. Let's see, do one of these seem to fit better than the others? Oh, I like this one. So we're going to just stick that one off the edge. I do kind of want to ink the edges on this one as well. It's kind of difficult to get in sometimes to places when you're doing this sort of thing. But I just kind of do my best. And sometimes you bend things back a little bit and get them that way. Whatever works. So we're going to just kind of divide this down the middle and glue this one down as well. And then this will act kind of like a tab as well. And I think we're going to just put that one more in the middle. All right, so do we want to do anything with this music flip? I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually turn this into a pocket. So I'm going to just glue the edge real quick, just right here along the edges. And that is going to go down like that. And let's put some lace along the edge of this. I have this real pretty heart lace that I have left over. And if I just cut one of these little pieces of heart off, then it's just the right length to glue onto this piece here. And for this, I am going to use my Fabri-Tac. Probably won't glue everything because that gets to be kind of a challenge, and I find that you just kind of have to dot it along. You don't want to put too much Fabri-Tac on, or at least I never do, because one of the problems that I run into is that it will it gets gooey and gloms up, and then you have all this shiny stuff, and that does not look good in my mind. So we're going to leave the edge loose, and just glue that right down on the edge of that piece of music. There we go. All right, so now we have our pages decorated. I will probably go back and decorate some more. So let's take one last look and get my journal in my folio. So I am ready for the new month. It is February 1st that I'm recording this, so I do want to sit down and do a little bit of journaling this morning. All right, that's got to get cleaned off. Hang on. Clean that off, clean that off. Now I think I can get my pin in. Maybe. There we go. All right. Now we've got everything. So now we have my cover. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, I had hand painted some fabric to match this and then glued that over the spine instead of lace for this one. So for this book, I will share some of the really cool things I have in here as well. So we have our pocket in the front. Let's just grab a card and see if I made it the right size that a card will fit in there. Oh, yay! That looks super cute. So now we have a card in the front. This was the piece that we did, and what I'm seeing is because of I didn't glue down let's glue this down because it didn't all stick because of the cheesecloth. So we'll go back and glue this down real quick. And let's just get some glue on that and make it stick. So stickers you can always go back and add glue to. That's not a problem. So we're going to go back and glue this piece down. So now it's going to stick. There we go. So that's our cover page. Then we have our first flip here with a piece of lace and a tab. This is all coffee dyed, acid neutralized coffee dyed paper. And then what I'm using for some of the extra pages in here is ephemera that I've gotten from Monahan's Papers. She sells a lot of great vintage papers. So this was some French music, old French music. And here's our next flip that I've already managed to glue to the page. I'll have to figure out how to get that off later. This was pink, and I don't remember who I got this from. I think I got this from Paper Harbor Company. And then this was really cool. So this is French writing, but it's all about a heart. So I had to include that. And then here's our center page that we just decorated, adding that piece. Our next flip, that one I managed to not glue down. And this is more of that heart paper. This is our heart with the butterfly on it, which I love. And again, more of that pink paper. More of this acid neutral coffee dyed paper. And our lace along the edge of this now pocket. And that is the end. So that is my February journal. I hope you've enjoyed this. We're going to go ahead and take out my January journal. This is a folio that I've made. I call these also ladies' desks that I make and sell also on Etsy. So you can see my January one is full, and we are going to put in the February one, and then I am all done. So I really hope you've enjoyed this and enjoyed our chat this morning. I am now ready for February. I hope that you've actually seen something that inspires you to be creative today.